Hey, I am Orla from GBO, your women's gear review channel. Today I will be reviewing the Carl Friedrik 72R backpack. This high quality backpack is designed for the modern traveler who values both style and functionality of a backpack. They say over on their website that it should pack up for a 3-day kind of getaway. That's hence why in the name 72 hours. For $645, I best be able to fit into this backpack because if I'm being absolutely honest, I would find it really difficult to pay for a backpack at that price unless I was guaranteed that it would do me until my literal deathbed. But hey ho, a lot of people do find the logic in spending that much on a backpack, and if you can, then well for you. And I can absolutely agree that Carl Friedrik's products are long lasting. I have reviewed their Carry-On Pro over on my channel and also their checked-in luggage too. And I just know with their products, they are well made and they are built to last. And if you aren't satisfied like with the product, they give you like 100 days to test out the backpack, and say within that 100th day you're like, nah, not for me, then you have the opportunity to either return it or exchange it. So they're kind of giving you that guarantee that you're gonna love it. If you can't already tell by my shock of the price, this was sent out to us for review, but by no means am I told what to say ever. This is a premium brand, there is no doubt about that. How this backpack is made up, it is thought about from each moment of this backpack so that you are getting your money's worth for every moment of this design. One of the standout features of this backpack is its premium nubuck leather exterior. The nubuck leather not only gives the backpack a luxurious look, but also makes it highly durable and resistant to wear and tear. Notably though, this is not vegan or eco-friendly. So nubuck is kind of similar to suede, but this is kind of the top grain leather, so it is sanded and buffed on the grain side or the outside. This is what gives it that kind of velvet feel here on the surface. Can't say I am a fan, just down to my preference in terms of the heavy leather in here. I'm less animal the better for me, but I know this is a lot of people's cup of tea, so each to their own. You have nylon YKK zippers, again premium, you'd expect nothing less, and it is the best of the best. The hardware is nickel silver and the lining of the backpack is 220 grams per centimeter technical nylon canvas. What that nylon canvas is giving you is that ability to set the bag down without the risk of it falling over, because with its natural shape, packed or unpacked, it is going to stand upright. The nylon keeps your valuables dry and protected. Now with this kind of material in terms of water, it is where you kind of see the color difference. So if you are splashing or water splashes onto this backpack, then it kind of goes a bit darker and it does take a wee while for it to fully dry. But other than that, then the water kind of just bounces off this backpack. Saying that though, I would have really preferred maybe some PU coating or something around the zips here, because it is just that material fabric here, so whenever the water does hit, this is what's kind of soaking. It doesn't go through the bag, but that's what's kind of holding in the water here on the zips. So when I weighed it with it being unpacked, it didn't even come to 1 kg, so I thought I'd give you a wee weight of it fully packed here. It is coming to roughly over 10, just slightly over 10 kg, so you can definitely pack this backpack up quite a bit if you are off on that 3 days away. It is 30 centimeters in width, which is 11.8 inches, 46 centimeters in height, which is 18.1 inches, and 18 centimeters in depth, and that is 7.1 inches. This is a 25 litre. Check with your airlines in regards to whether you could use this as a personal item. For my measurements for a personal item on EasyJet, it is 45 by 36 by 20 centimeters. I find sometimes, regardless of the sizing, if it looks like small enough and it's not too bulky, with this there is no, like, apart from like the front there that you can kind of get a bit of squishiness to it, then I can just cheat it a bit, depending on whether they ask or not. And if they do, then I can just like forcefully push it in if there is a bit of wiggle room to it. So on the front here, I wouldn't pack it out as much if I was using this as my personal item. But do check with your airlines, depending, because you may or may not get away with it. Sometimes EasyJet ask and sometimes they don't. So it really just depends. Starting off externally here, the first thing I noticed was the lack of water bottle compartment. I know for this sleek design, maybe aesthetically it wasn't going to go with this kind of style, but it is something that is a must for me for a backpack, because that's how I like to put where I like to put my water bottle is on the side of the backpack. Maybe that was just going to play too much with the aesthetics of this backpack. So they have opted for not putting it on this, which is, I get it, but for $645, you could have done that. So then on this side, you have what is like a pig snout. They're kind of older kind of style now, where you can kind of attach anything externally here if you wanted to, like your keys. I don't know why you would, but basically what this is for your luggage tag. They didn't give a luggage tag with this bag. It might have been nice again for the price to add that kind of feature with it, but that is there for your own purposes if you do have your own luggage tag, and then you can just identify your $645 bag. On this side here, then, you kind of have this secret pocket, I guess, because it is kind of covered by this thin leathered material here. So when it is on your back, it's really less noticeable. So you could use that as one of your anti-theft pockets here on the backpack. The side pocket here, it's very tight, and I think when you're wearing it a bit more, then the leather might become a bit more flexible in it, but it is quite a tight pocket here. Inside, I have opted to place the DS, and that is kind of your measurements there. You do get a wee bit more, but anything else is just going to stick in there. It does run a bit down as well, run to about here and then up to here. So if you can't kind of fit anything into that, then it is safe and secure, tapered into the back of your bag. And that is that. You can again just hide that in the back there, nobody will know it's there if it's on your back. Then you have your top handle here. Again, with Carl Friedrik's, it is subtle branding. It's probably the only product that I would identify as being sexy, which I absolutely hate that word, but there is just something so clean and sleek about it. This is your own handle. There is no real like give to or anything. It's probably more aesthetically looking. Yes, of course you can grab from it, but there is no like side handles or anything like that. Beside the handle here, you have your top and only loading pocket here, where it is a bit different, and some brands are more so across. This kind of goes down, and I just find it awkward really for my top loading pocket. There isn't much I can really fit in there. I tried to fit in my purse because I felt like that would just be handy for me to swing the bag around and get. Again, with this kind of side pocket, that is the idea for you to be able to swing your bag around. But if I put my purse on this side and I'm swinging it around, I just feel like it's very bulky, and it's not something that's gonna go well with this kind of slendered look. This here doesn't fit my purse, it fits my phone, and I've opted to put my reading glasses and my keys in there because that is just super handy. Again, no real anti-theft feature here, so just be aware of what you are putting at the top of this bag. Behind the top loading pocket here, you have your laptop compartment. It is that moon-shaped zip here. On the zips, you have your leather pillars, which just kind of goes overall with the design and the sleekness of this backpack. It is all well stitched together, and that just pulls round handily enough. And inside in this compartment, you can fit up to 16-inch. I have opted for my 11-inch to go in there, and then you can kind of see this extra space that you have to kind of fill up if you want. You can pack that out with maybe a thinner item, or maybe the charging lead, or anything else that you might want to pack out there, but just be aware that is very close to your back. There is a lot of padding here, so being aware whenever you're getting your laptop backpacks, you really want to be aware of the false bottom and making sure that there is enough padding with them. They have placed enough padding, so whenever you are plopping down your bag, everything is absolutely safe. This is just great for plopping out of security and then plopping it back in and off you go. So replicating their kind of luggage system, they have this opening here with their locks. Just be aware you could probably fit in your own wee lock if you wanted. The way this opens then, if you're opening it like this and wanting it just to kind of be your top loading kind of bag, if you're using it as like an everyday carry, just be aware with the way that it is structured here, it's just very thick, so there is no rigidness to it. So when you're trying to get in, just be aware of what you're trying to get out and what is packed at the top. Now, when you open the bag, if I was sitting here and I opened the bag fully, everything is going to fly out. So it is really great for going through TSA security. You plop it on your side and then you can open it up, or if you are at your destination and you're in the hotel, you open it up and your belongings are here. Kind of giving you an idea of what you can pack out, and I will go through that as well. I just wanted to kind of go into the pockets and the organization on this bag. As mentioned, it's hard to get in, so this is your top kind of pocket where if you need to grab anything, this is the first pocket that you'll have access to. I've opted to put my purse in there, but it is really awkward to get out when you are putting your hand in there. But this is your top first pocket here, and it is meshed. It's nice, but as I said, everything is quite rigid at the minute. I think over like a couple of months it might start to kind of come down. But that is a nice enough zip. I've opted to not put anything in this bottom pocket here. It is a quite small pocket. It's nice enough, but I just find then if I am packing up the bag as I've done, then this just limits my space then again when I am closing it over. If you have anything in mind that you want to plop in there, then obviously you can, but for this I have opted to not pack that out. Then it has some subtle branding, again just going with the whole premium fee, nothing is overdone with it. Inside I have a charger for my laptop that is in the back there. Again, if you have more space with an 11-inch, then you can maybe plop that in the back if you wanted. I also have my headphones. I think with this bag, giving business vibes, plopping my headphones in or outside of this bag might just mess with the leather or something. I don't know, it just doesn't really look well. Having usually where I would have my headphones is across the handle, but it's not as flexible as I would like, so I plopped them in here. Then I have a kind of face makeup kind of bag. This is super handy if you have liquids, then you're popping the bag out and you can just get what you need out. Then I have, in terms of like clothing, what I've been able to get in is, let's see, a pair of trousers, top, another small top. So that's 3 tops, 4 tops. You got 4 tops, bralettes, underwear and all that there, socks. I've got 3 pairs of leggings. And then I have, so these are the kind of 2 smarter, I guess, evening trousers here. And then I just wear what I have on in terms of shoes and a jacket. So then I can kind of pack a bit more minimalist. I'm definitely not a minimalist packer, but this kind of forces you to do so if you are taking this bag with you. Inside then, you've got more organization, right? Which I just don't find helpful in terms of how I want to pack out my bag. If you are using it for other purposes, maybe your everyday carry, then it would kind of make sense. But for the opening of this bag, this kind of blocks you. So just be aware of that. Inside you have, again, another pocket here, which could be good for any other little accessories you might have. Does not run down to the bottom. It runs till about here. That is something to be aware of. So in terms of like tech accessories, you're not going to get an extra bit of tech in there. And if you do and it is that small, then I would advise maybe putting it in with a bit of padding, because it's not that this is useless or anything, and it is that water resistant, but it's not overly padded. Then this is from the pocket at the top. If you're not in use, then you can kind of flatten it down, which I do like, but I am used to the pocket running that way. Then on the side here you have just another zip. I found this quite useful in terms of packing up, where I could put my brush and toothbrush and toothpaste. You can obviously opt to pack it how you want. It is pretty long, so there is the option to put cables and things like that in there too. In terms of like the inside, it's just space again that you can just pack it up. The material is absolutely lovely. As mentioned, you are getting that premium material. The stitching is all well. Everything is really nicely put together. Something to note in terms of this kind of material, it does scratch a bit easily and my hair sticks to it, and any other kind of like fluff does stick to it, so you probably have to maintain it a bit. That is just something to be aware of. Closing that up, you have then the back system. Now, for me and backpacks, I do prefer a bit of prompting and posture, but I think with this bag, it's not an active bag. I wouldn't be taking it up on a hike or anything. It just is what it is. It is very sleek in its design. So the mesh here is absolutely wonderful. It does remind me of Stubble and Co's mesh, so it is really nice. This is thick. This is their luggage slip, yeah, and it is thick, so you do kind of feel it if you are wearing like a thinner layer. You can feel it, that difference, because it is quite bulky as well. There is little bits of airflow here, so the paneling helps with that. Don't feel any discomfort or anything like that. It's just that you do notice it. Then they have opted, which I love, on the luggage slip, which by the way is the right way. Thank you, Carl Friedrik, for making it super duper handy. Inside then you have a secret hidden pocket where you can place your passport. So that is really, really handy and much appreciated if you are using this for your travels, or you want to place anything else valuable in there, maybe your purse or wallet. Then that's just there for the crack, and it is great. And then you have the leather here. Again, being aware on those hotter days, this here kind of element, I wouldn't be taking this backpack out if I'm planning on being a sweaty. Then onto the straps, they are what they are. The leather here is quite tough, so it does kind of rub into the neck with the way I like my backpack to be tapered tight to my back. There is a bit of curve to it, but it's not really designed for women, I would say. It is thin straps, which I do like. There is no external features or anything like that onto this kind of sleek backpack. I don't think it needs it. The padding is really well. As mentioned, the mesh is great, so you are getting a great comfort here, but just be aware of what you are wearing. You might find that a bit irritating on your skin. In terms of the straps, you do have that lovely hardware here. And maybe a wee dangle stopper would have been nice to just kind of clip these in whenever you are on the go and finish adjusting your straps. Overall, this is a great luxury backpack for those who are wanting something sleek, different and classy. It's got a very business feel to it. It's not just a backpack, it is a statement of style and sophistication. Whilst this backpack offers many advantages, especially with the premium material, this long-lasting kind of material, it is important to note a couple of drawbacks that come to mind whenever thinking about this backpack, especially with the price. It is definitely on the higher end of the spectrum, and notably a very big price point, especially when their luggage is near enough like they're checked in regular, is the same price as this backpack. Another thing to note in terms of maintenance, this what may require maintenance in terms of the leather and looking after it to keep it looking its best. If you are looking for a more budget friendly backpack, then have a wee nosy over on my channel for more backpack reviews. In conclusion, the Carl Friedrik 72R backpack is a stylish, functional option for the modern traveller. Let me know down in the comments your thoughts on this backpack. I am definitely curious to know. Thank you so much for watching, and if you liked this review, then why not go ahead and join the GBO community by hitting that subscribe button. We would be forever grateful. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next review.